episode, we celebrate National Unplugged Day, answer questions about our new video network, and tour the newest, coolest office space in East Houston.
Hey friends, did you know that March 5th is National Unplugging Day? So why don't you let us know what are the ways that you like to unplug? And some of the ways that I like to unplug are by just having my own little kind of spa day at home. I like to do it on what I call Selfcare Sunday. And so what I'll do is just do like a mask and like exfoliate and all that good stuff so that I can start the week off really great. And another thing that I like to do is, sometimes I like to lay in bed all day and like binge watch Netflix or Hulu. Something else that I like to do is maybe go for a walk on a pretty day and walk to my favorite coffee shop, get a coffee, then walk down to the farmer's market and browse. And then also sometimes I like to go to the gym. So it just really depends on what you like to do and how you like to unplug. And those are my ways. So let us know your ways and let's see if we have some in common.
Well, first I wanted to say, as a single person, I think that it's a lot easier for me to focus on self-care. And I know for my friends that are parents that, they have so much more to worry about than themselves. So they do forget to take care of themselves. So, and I think that a lot of people, when they think of self-care, they think of something elaborate, but sometimes it's not. It doesn't have to be super elaborate. It can be just taking literally 5 minutes to step away from, the chaos of your life and meditate or, read a Bible passage or make a quick phone call to a friend where they can kind of forget what's going on in their life and just kind of hear about somebody else and what's going on in
Absolutely.
their life.
Mm-hmm. And you were so right. I started a podcast a week before COVID, and then it kind of just got sidebarred because we were all trying to figure out how to live life. But a couple of things. One is I was connecting with a lot of moms in our mom group, and just a lot of moms, you're correct, don't have time. There's so much going on for self-care. And you kind of mentioned some of the self-care things that you talked about that you just liked and shared with us. And, when you're so busy going, you feel like you just don't have time for self-care, it's probably when you need it the most.
Yeah.
Because then that's also how you prevent burnout. Because you're just going, and you're pushing out energy, pushing out, ideas, pushing out everything, and you're not refilling. And so that's how we get burned out, by pushing out and never refilling. And self-care just kind of lets us stop and rejuvenate. And again, talking about kids need self-care time too. I know helicopter parenting is a thing, constantly being online, which is, again, the theme of unplugging, which, it's like, hey, here's a video, unplug. So, but actually setting some time aside, at least one day, to say, okay, baby steps, half a day to not be on your phone. Have you ever gone half a day and not been on your phone?
Yeah, but it was mainly because it died or I forgot it somewhere, or maybe I had a wild night the day before and I left it at a friend's house or a restaurant or something. Yeah, but not willingly.
Not willingly. I will say no screen time every now and then because I literally, my eyes hurt.
Yeah, lately that's been happening because working from home and being on Zoom, which we are right now. But
yes, more
but Yeah, so I have had to like just go for a walk. Like that's usually what I do is go outside because I'm just always stuck watching the screen or like inside. Like I need some vitamin D. I need to get, some fresh air and, give my eyes a rest.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the last thing to mention is, knowing your limits. We project a lot of our self-care comes from our own mental talk too, about our body, about our mind, our own inner dialogue. We mess up, we're like, oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. And well, how is that taken care of? Would you tell your elderly parent they're so dumb?
Yeah.
We wouldn't tell other people that, but we say it to ourselves, about ourselves all the time.
Yeah.
And we're unhappy about our bodies, no matter what our athletic ability is. I was reading an article about this lady who runs marathons, and she's like totally fit, right? Like if I stood next to her, I'm just like, really? What are you talking about? Body positivity, And she was like, well, but I'm comparing myself to all these other athletic people, and they have better muscles than I have. Like there's always something that we can nitpick about ourselves. And also boundaries to ourselves, about our self-talk, but also boundaries to other people. Sometimes it's okay to say no. And when you're talking to somebody, sometimes if I'm telling somebody something, I'm like, it's okay if you say no. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to get, feel some type of way and get salty with you. Say no. Sometimes people need that permission. Is it hard for you to say no sometimes?
For me, it used to be hard to say no. And like the older that I've gotten, the more I'm able to say no. It's just sometimes other people needing you so much can be really draining when you don't have that much to give. So like I actually was having this discussion with one of my good friends yesterday, and she was telling me about how she could not say no. And she's just such a nice person. And I'm like, and then also not only saying no, but trying to give this elaborate reason of why she does have to say no.
Right.
And I said, you don't owe anybody an explanation.
Right.
You don't. Like, it's just a no. And let them know, like, I am so sorry. I can't. Or I'm not able to. And I told her she needs to work on it. And so that might be something to talk about in the future, maybe with one of my therapist friends. Because I was like, this is definitely something that you have always had an issue with. And the funny thing is, it's very easy for her to tell me no. But I think that we just have that relationship where like we're just very direct with each other.
Right.
And she knows like she's not going to hurt me and I'm not going to hurt her if we keep it real.
And I read something that helped me. I don't have a problem saying no sometimes. It's actually kind of funny. The further away from me you are, like you're an acquaintance, somebody at work, I can tell you no, don't black it up. But the closer to me you are, like I know you're gonna feel some type of way, like that. I start like, and it just gets to, it's kind of like, But one thing I read that helped me, it said every time you tell somebody yes, you're saying no to yourself. Every time you tell somebody no, you're saying yes to yourself. Yeah. And I'm not saying, that we should just be running around just like, no to everybody. Sometimes we close ourselves to experiences because we say no. There is definitely a balance there, but definitely, keeping boundaries, saying no, that's all part of self-care. If you're maxed out and you're giving and you can't, you just need to stay at home and recharge and watch Netflix or Hulu or do a facial, or then do it. Yeah. And then also the last thing for unplugging is, we tend to look online and, I used to totally judge people. that I used to hang out with when I would go to bars and party and crazy, and they would be on their phones, and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you're always on your phone!" And now my husband's like, "You're always on your phone." But when you unplug, maybe just writing down a list of things that make you happy. This can be challenging for some people. Some people can just fill up pages, but just stopping and and just thinking about your life, taking stock of it. Stop looking at other people's lives for a second, and then come back and subscribe. But
yeah, for sure. I have an idea for the future, because on Good Morning America they were saying that they're encouraging parents to say yes for one day to everything that their kids ask for. And of course you don't tell the kids that you're saying yes to everything, but that tomorrow is going to be the day that you say yes all day. So maybe there should be the opposite of say no. For one whole day, say no.
Right. The people on Good Morning America, do they have kids? Do the people who are promoting this have children?
Yeah, they don't know what they're in for.
Well, I know we're gonna go in and see a little bit more of your self-care. So let's get into that.
All right, sounds good.
Hi, friends. I just got done talking to one of my friends, and my birthday is coming up, and she dropped by and dropped me off a special package for my birthday, and I wanted to share it with y'all. So it's really cool because my friend, the package that she got me is perfect for what I need for this weekend. So let me show it to you. Hold on a second. Okay, so here is, and I'm not promoting any of these companies at all because I have not talked to them yet. So, but here is some stuff for my nails. It's sparkly, so that's exciting. I don't really know how to use this, but I'll figure it out. And then I got this mask, 24 karat gold. So apparently this is amazing. So I'll have to let y'all know. And then I got these soaps. My friend always gives me these soaps by 7th Sojourn. They smell so delicious. So I'm excited to use that. And then here's another one, rose tea. This one's from a different company or soap maker, but they smell so good. So I think that this weekend is just going to be me chilling and having some me time. So let me know in the comments what y'all do for self-care. We're interviewing Andrew Kaldis, president of Kaldis Development Interest. And we're here outside of this historical building at Milby and Rusk to take a look at this unique new office space. Projected move-in dates start in April. New leases are now being accepted at this amazing building. So if you're interested in leasing, please make sure that you contact Kaldis to secure your spot today.
Well, first of all, I should thank you guys for coming out here.
Thank you.
And, learning more about what we're doing. Like I said, when we were talking and touring the building, it's, for me, it's gratifying to come in neighborhoods and really contribute and to make it a better place for people to live. And so this is probably one of my, I always say this, but probably one of the funnest projects because again, this has a really huge story to it.
Yes.
I've done a lot of historic buildings, but this is really special because I think it really connects with more of how your school started, right? But thanks, come back, tell everybody we got space for leasing.
Yes, thank you so much. And we are super excited to see what the finished product looks like, and we'll come back and check it out, and we'll let all of y'all see it as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna have a outdoor seating area
Oh, nice.
out here in front. And then over here to the side, we're gonna have, a patio.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
then this patio will service not only the building, but it'll also service this area that we're in is what we call our mercantile area. Where you can see we have little containers that we're gonna be using for pop-ups, okay? And 2 of which have already been leased. The one that's gonna be Segunda Coffee Lab.
Right.
So they'll be doing coffee and pastries. And this whole area will be a very casual seating area, right? And then these 2 containers are, for lease. But in the interim, we're gonna be doing some pop-up events. So for example, I have some clothing resale shops that I lease to currently. So what we envision is, hey, on a Saturday here in the spring, we'll do maybe a girl that does jewelry, does some
Like a little
clothing,
market.
and have here a little market. Okay, and then if those turn into tenants, great, but it'll at least be, to me, be great. As you walk here, what we've done is what I call the boardwalk. And so you will walk through here, and each of these containers will serve as small private office suites. And because I've always specialized in small entrepreneurial spaces, this gives us maximum flexibility for tenants, especially today in this market. I can divide and subdivide these containers into small space. They can take a double space. So there's a lot of options for each prospective tenant's budget.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
great.
so-
I have a question.
Yeah.
So where did you get the idea for the containers? Obviously, we're right by the railroad, but this kind of reminds me of in Austin, I don't know if you've been to it, the container bar.
I've seen photos of it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you about that. What the residential containers being converted into homes has been around.
Yeah.
That's really where the shipping containers, I think, really started being converted.
Yeah.
So I was always intrigued, and because I like to do a lot of creative projects, I do a lot of, I'm like a frustrated artist. I gather data, design from all different, when I travel or when I'm reading, and I keep a file of different things that I want to incorporate into projects that I pick and choose. So I've had the container concept on my vision board for probably the last 4 years, and was waiting for an opportunity to where I could introduce it in a concept, like this. So it worked out because you can see the architecture of this building, and all this steel that these 2 buildings were built with is all Carnegie steel, which again, Carnegie steel was a steel mill, years and years ago.
Yeah, a lot of history.
Nowadays you get, steel from all places.
So I have another question. Like, I see that there's kind of like open space at the top. Is that like going, like, what do you envision being?
Okay, let's walk up there and I can. So one of the reasons I wanted to do this deck was, again, just to give another dimension of being in this space. So the concept here is that either one company can take this whole works to the 2nd floor, and then this, depending on how the company functions, if the COVID guidelines continue to stay with us for a while, these can easily be used as cubicles, where you can actually put a cubicle in here. If things clear up and it's a situation where it's more, co-working or whatever, there's a lot of options. For those people that now really don't have to be at the main campus of the corporation, and they're going to be paying a lot less than what that company would be paying in another space. And it's good morale for the workers because they're not stuck at home. They're stuck in an area like this, working in an environment that has outside. We're putting in a bar in the back here that we'll show you. We got the coffee. So you're really not leasing one area. You're leasing the whole concept and having access.
Yeah.
You can go down there and have a meeting.
Yeah.
You can go in the conference room and have a meeting.
Yeah.
So you can go on a day like this outside on the patio. So this is the accessibility that everybody that leases here has.
Yeah. Great amenities.
If we do a couple of showers, because a lot of these people that they're leasing to may work out, they may go and work out and come back to work. They can shower, they can go to dinner, if they have a dinner at night.
That's
So
awesome.
that was kind of an idea. And, there's a couple of co-working places that do that, but, they probably may do it for different other reasons, but for this area in Edo, and the feel and what we're creating over here, I just think it lends itself to offer an amenity like that to tenants.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you ride your bike to work?
No, I should go. A little bit more creative where you have a downstairs and then the spiral takes you upstairs.
Oh,
So this
it's the
is like
same
one
container. Okay, it's one unit. That's super cool.
Yeah, I love it because it kind of just changes up.
Yeah,
the
changes
aesthetic.
up the design.
Yeah.
When is going to be the branding opportunities for the companies that lease here? Are they going to be able to have their name in the front entrance or?
Okay, what we're going to do is this. There will be a very industrial pylon sign that we're actually making out of recycled steel that were in the building. There were steel racks for holding pipe. So I wanted to take that and incorporate that into a sign. Now that signage will be for our mercantile area, right? More of the retail. But as you walk in, there'll be a very interesting sign for everybody's name, marquee, right?
Like a directory.
Thank you. Direct, I can't talk today. But a
It's all right.
directory
We have editing capabilities.
Okay, but what is in my layout of the plan was to actually, obviously, enable people to put sign on their door,
Okay.
or have, as you're looking down this boardwalk, actually having signs
Oh, yeah,
that you see
yeah.
as if you're walking down the street,
Yeah.
right?
That'd be really.
envision it.
Yeah.
You can just see, here's this Brightway, here's, two swords, these are everything's not about making as much money as you can. It's also about giving back. That's
Which is
what
one thing that I love about you.
You can't do it for free. But
Yeah.
I think it becomes a more of a successful project the more, opportunities you offer for people. Right?
Absolutely.
Because, everybody's trying to do something in their lives.
Yeah.
And, I can lease one office and then it becomes a company. To me, that's rewarding, right?
That's awesome.
So these are suites that, again, they got maximum flexibility. The buzzing you hear is just the ballast and the light. And these can be, have walls in them, okay? They can be used as one big space. And if there is a need, for any type of acoustic, right? Then I have some concepts that I'm doing with the acoustical not the acoustical ceilings, but the actual soundboard that you can hang. You see in open offices, and about a couple of things. One is actually doing or using this as kind of an event little area, or a combination of me doing a small bar, not only for the building, but for the community. And one of the reasons I like that, whether it's event or bar or combination, is I've got this large patio out here.
Yeah.
All of this space, which now obviously because of COVID, patio became really, important. And even with Texas and Houston weather, people like to sit out, especially now.
Yeah.
So, and this can just, you don't have to have a big seating area in here, you have enough, and then it can just bleed out to this. Here, I know a lot of people don't like maybe look at bathrooms, but this is important because we did large bathrooms that are gonna service not only this phase, but our phase 2.
And that's next door. Okay.
Yeah. And if y'all want to see a little bit of that, I've got
Yeah.
maybe a couple of things that I can tell you about it. But like in here, I'm always trying to use different things that I find in the building. So I use, recycled windows here to make the mirrors. So these are old steel
That's
windows
really
that,
cool.
that I had to do some replacing on. Another year, so
So did the pandemic affect the timeline?
well, yes, it did, but I think also it gave me an opportunity to rethink some things with regard to maybe I was going to move in this direction, but because of the pandemic, I had the flexibility to make a few changes. For example, I wanted to do more private space because once I heard that, I said, you know what? Open, sitting next to each other. This is gone for a while. I don't think anybody knows where that's gonna go, okay? But this still gives that option of, these are the showers that
wow.
I was telling you about. So we
So-
did obviously 2 showers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are there, is this like for women and men?
No, I've got 2. It's gonna be men, women, and then I'm gonna convert this in more of a dressing area, and maybe lockers for women.
Okay.
Just a little bit more of an amenity.
Yeah.
They can go in there,
Blow dry
guys,
hair.
guys, all they need to do is just get in and jump out, right?
Y'all are so lucky.
With my, I got a house full of girls.
So you already know.
Yeah.
You're like, why does it
They're
take
messy
me an
and
hour?
they take 2 hours.
Yeah. Judy knows all that.
Now in here, we'll put some art. I'm real
Yes.
big on art, so we'll have these with just different things. Some related to maybe the historical photos of the building, and some local artists. This table, you can see I recycled a container door.
Oh,
So
wow.
again, using something to carry a theme. So this is, I plan to do a few more of these. Some will be coffee tables in sitting areas, and then some will act as screens, privacy screens.
What's your favorite East End place to grab lunch?
Oh, let's see, there's several. I mean, I'm not a big lunch, sit down and waste 2 hours. It's not my style. But I'm more of a grab and go, so I eat a lot at Mandola's
Oh, yeah.
Deli.
Yeah.
I feel like it's my cafeteria.
Yeah.
Or if I want to sit down and have a salad, I'll go over to this one.
Hey friends! We're here today talking about But you're lying.
We're here to talk about our new video network.
Yes. We're here again with another Q&A question about why you should join our Tejas video network, which is we are working hard to build a network as large as Texas. Today's question is, what is different about this directory versus all the million other directories that are out there? Trina, you want to answer?
Yeah, I will take it from here. So one of the things that makes this directory unique is that it's a video directory. And so a lot of directories, or most every directory that you've seen so far has been a static listing. So it's just got your business name, your contact information, and your website. This one, you're able to make a personal video to your audience and let them know about your company. They can see your personality shine through that video, and then they're able to reach out directly to you. You can also mention in your video the top 5 companies that you would, or industries that you would like to reach out to or to network with. And that gives your viewers an opportunity to, connect with you if that is who you're looking to reach out to.
Then you can also edit your 5 companies or industries that you're looking for as your business needs change, because everything just kind of shifts. We're not always looking for exactly the same thing in business all the time. And with COVID and with a lot of our connecting, networking events pretty much coming to a halt, how people are getting connected to new business contacts has been a struggle for many businesses. And so this way you have your elevator pitch on video, and it's basically, if I was meeting Trina at a networking event, I would be like, "Hi Trina, my name is Jenny, and that's where we're bringing to you through video, is what that elevator pitch, and like Trina said, your personality, and who are you looking to do business with?" Because not that Trina may be the person that I'm looking to do business with, but Trina may know the person that I'm trying to do business with, which is the purpose of putting out who you're looking to connect with.
It's a really exciting opportunity that has not happened in the past. So yeah, join today.
Don't miss out. Join the Tejas Video Network. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
I muted myself because the lawn guy is here. It's loud out here. And the birds are chirping. I don't know why they're so happy today.
District 7,